Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 89. And it's still March, so we're going to keep our theme of creating your own luck. And today we're going to talk about our favorite thing, another favorite thing, crystals
Crystals.
and oils
Oh, yeah.
for prosperity and abundance. So, and luck. Whatever,
Yes,
all of
because
it, all of
here's the
it's
thing.
wrapped in.
A lot of people, when they think about creating their own luck, they think about creating prosperity in their lives.
Right.
So it all kind of really fits together as part of the theme. And when people think about um, the month of March, they do think about prosperity and gold and money and
Right.
green and all of those beautiful things. And what a perfect topic to talk about, especially for spring when everything is becoming
Mhm.
renewed and people are thinking about projects they want to do and things they want to create. So prosperity and
Yeah.
abundance aren't just about money.
Right. Yeah. It's about loving your life and creating what you want, right?
Exactly.
How you want your life to look and
Mhm.
what you want to do in your life. So,
You can be abundant without a single thing of personal possession.
right. Yeah.
And you can be abundant with all the things of personal possession,
Right.
to each their own, and everybody has their own joy.
Yeah.
But that's the fun of it, is we get
Yeah.
to create it how we want, and that's what this is about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about creating what you want in your life. It doesn't matter what anyone else has or what anyone else thinks you should have. If what you want is what you want. So I just caught your crystal is so clear and
Yeah,
sparkly.
I have a beautiful quartz point with me
I'm
today.
like
It's very
zooming in on
distracting.
it. Yeah. I'm a quartz freak, so yeah,
Love
that
quartz.
one really sparkles.
It's a beautiful one.
It's awesome. So anyway, we both brought one of our favorite authors for rocks is Judy Hall, and
Mhm.
this book is all about crystal prosperity. And there's some really good things in there. So we're going to read a couple little paragraphs.
Yeah, it's literally called Crystal Prosperity. Create abundance in all areas of your life.
Yeah, yeah.
Love
So
it.
it's all about all kinds of prosperity, not just money, but abundance in all of the things in your life.
Yes.
And then I have this other book by Margaret Ann Lembo, and this is the Essential Guide to Aromatherapy and Vibrational Healing. So this one has quite a few things about essential oils that are good for abundance and prosperity too. So we'll take a couple snippets out of there, or just names of oils, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple oils that are blends that have all the goodness in one oil, so they really work good and they're awesome. So
We're
yeah,
excited. We're going to
yeah,
share a
we're
couple of our
really
favorite topics
excited
today.
about
We
this.
haven't done crystals and oils in a bit, so it's
Yeah,
exciting to
it is.
share with you guys again.
It really is. Yeah. So let's go.
All right, so we have a couple snippets we want to share from one of our favorite books, and as you can tell, we both use it quite a bit. We all got our tabs in there and everything. This is one of my favorite books to use in my life, and one of my favorite books that I used when creating my crystal course as
Yes,
well.
yeah,
And so it's such a good book.
yeah.
Um, okay, so we wanted to talk a little bit about prosperity
Mm-hmm.
and what it is. So do you
I'll
want to
read
take it from
that.
there?
Yep. So in this one, if you have this book, it's page 14 and it's called Prosperity Consciousness. So prosperity is a state of mind and a way of well-being. It's more than having money or possessions, although naturally these have their place. Prosperity consciousness is about feeling satisfied and secure with what you have, living an enriching and fulfilling life, sharing life's bounty, feeling gratitude and trusting that the universe provides appropriately for your needs. So I love that paragraph, and it's so true, when you think about prosperity, it's not just about money. It's about really loving your life and having the things that make you happy and are fun for you.
Right, and feeling safe and secure and stable
Mhm.
at where you're at and your
Right.
environment and everything, all of that plays into
Yeah.
it. to create that overall feeling of prosperity, which is really, in my view, the feeling of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
feeling of being free and feeling light and happy and enjoying. That to me is ultimate prosperity, is that feeling of freedom.
Yeah.
Vibrationally, that's what I think of when I think of prosperity.
Yeah, me too. I
Mhm.
love that. And in this grouping of oils that I brought with it, called Success Mentoring Blends, there is one that is called Be Free.
Oh, love it.
So, yeah, and the blends are all for success in your life, and they're really cool to use. We'll talk about those in a little bit, but freedom is huge for abundance and prosperity. It all works together, and freedom is really, when you think about it, that's the main thing that we all want, I think.
Yeah, it's what everybody's seeking. When they talk about, I want this or that, I want money, I want to have all the money I need for all of the things that I need. But a lot of people, when they say that, the caveat in their mind, the but, is that I want all of those things because then I will feel free to do what I want.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
feel free to pursue my passions. I'll feel free because I don't have to work day and night on 3 jobs in order to pay for all the things that my family needs. I'll feel that freedom to move forward.
Right.
And so we talked about this a little bit last week
Mhm.
about how you become that person, you become that vibration that
Yeah.
you want to be, ahead of the evidence of it.
Mhm.
And that's how you really start to get there. You become that person filled with gratitude for the things that are on the way to you. You become that excited and passionate for your life. You become that person that's enjoying the little things that you're finding in your life right now. And through that, you become a matching vibration
Yeah.
to your prosperity self, to your prosperous self, to that self that wants to make its way to you,
Mhm.
that you need to allow through matching that vibration. And that's, the law of attraction stuff that we talk about. But a lot of people don't think of it that way. You have to put the cart before the horse.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
And that old phrase makes a lot of sense because you build the cart knowing that the horse will come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so true. If we be that thing, be that person that we're striving for, or that we want to be, and we always think that's in the future. If we be it now, everything's gonna come.
Become it now. Find that feeling
Yeah.
of freedom now.
Yeah.
So those things that feel like freedom to you can find their way to you.
Yeah, it creates that forward motion. It creates that flow of things coming to you. You're aligning yourself with the vibration that you are striving for. Yeah, I love it.
And true prosperity, like we said, is in the joy of living.
It is.
And if you can find that now,
yeah,
you're already there.
And
then the evidence has nothing but to come to you.
Yeah, it has to show up, right?
And some people worry about that delay, but let me say something about that. Right? So people worry about, sometimes it feels like it takes forever. Well, your thought that it's going to take forever makes it take forever.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Because that's resistant thought, isn't it? It doesn't feel good when you think that.
True.
But B, if we didn't have that delay, think about all of the things that would come into your experience that come to mind randomly. And would you want all those things?
Right. Or some of the things that you thought you really, really wanted, like, I don't know, a crush in 5th grade, oh, I really have a crush on this guy or whatever. And then later on you grow up and you think, wow, what
was I thinking?
Or any random thing, I think, was it you that when you were manifesting a car, you ended up with the one that you really didn't care for, or no, maybe not?
No, well, I didn't end up with exactly what I wanted, but I ended up with most of the things that I wanted.
Right. Oh yeah, that's
but then
right.
I loved that car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, it wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but I loved it. And then that car died and I got really sad.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but I know that something better is on the way.
Right.
And so when we got the other car, because the other one, the engine exploded. It was like an engine that but had problems and we didn't know about it.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
like that specific type of engine has the same problem and the engine explodes and then the car is dead.
Yeah.
But with the next one, it was almost just like it, but it had like an extra feature or two. It was like, great, I still got everything that I wanted in a car, plus some
Right.
bonuses that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
something better came along, even though it wasn't the perfect type of situation that I wanted, I still was able to get what I want.
Yeah.
And it was still great. And I
Yeah.
still, the car that I have is still alive.
Yeah.
And it's running great and I
Yeah.
love it. And I actually like it a little bit more than the other one because it's so stable and like how windy it is here.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, there's so many, and every time like I'm in that car, I think of something that's great about it.
Yeah, and that's why, when you are working on manifesting your abundance or your prosperity, or if it's a certain thing, you don't want to be too strict on what you're wanting, right? Because, you always want to have it in mind that you want that or something better, because like in your case, there was something better and it did come along afterwards, but.
Right. And so I made step one and I did find something that was great and I loved it. But then, the not preferred, the bump happened, but then I didn't let go of the fact that I know that I'm still going to get what I want or what I need. And vibrationally, I got exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different is the color.
Yeah.
But I was like, but then the next one can be the color that I want. Right?
Right.
So I'm not worried about it. It's like information and it's getting better and better and better as we go.
Yeah. I think that's what I was thinking about before when we were doing coaching classes in Best Life. Somebody wanted a certain car and they wanted it to be blue. Well, they would see these blue cars everywhere, the kind that she wanted, and the neighbor got one. And she's like, I didn't want the neighbor to manifest that car. I want that car. And it was really funny when it happened, but we all laughed about it. And then she realized, okay, I can have a different color. It doesn't matter. She was just, and I think maybe she ended up getting a different brand of car, but it was the blue that she wanted or something. I don't remember how it was, but she was totally way more satisfied with what she got than what the neighbor's car was.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't want to be too strict on our specificity.
Yeah.
Of it. So
but we can be specific on what we want, but then be open to getting the true vibration of what it is that we're putting out there. Because, if I had worried so much about like the color of the car, let's say, and that was one thing that, I have a specific color that I really want the car to be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I had been hung up on that, I probably wouldn't have got as good of a car.
Right.
But what I said, my priority, and I said the priorities because my priority is that I have a car that functions really well, is going to last me a few years, and I enjoy driving it. It's an SUV because I need that for where I live, because I live in the middle of nowhere and I need to be able to get through, snow drifts, etc. And this in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And I needed it before the wintertime. So guess what happened? All of those things that were my priority. The only thing is it isn't blue, but I still like it because it's high contrast.
Yeah.
Which I also enjoy. So I'm like, well, it's the same color as my other car that I really loved. So it works out. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is enjoying and finding the things that you love and what you do have and what is available to you brings more and more and more.
Yeah.
And like, can we afford another car? Yeah, good. We did.
Yeah.
You don't always know if you can or not. But here's the thing, I put it out there that this is what we need. Sure enough, we have it.
Yeah.
And it all worked out great. And it was even cheaper than we thought it was going to be. And I mean, that never happens with cars these days. So how perfect was that? And then we found another one for my husband. And we were able to get both of those cars for the price of the one that had died.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And we had sold the car that died. And what was great is a father bought it for his daughter. Right. And he figured out he did have to replace the whole engine. But then he was so kind. What he did is he took a picture and a video of the car running and his daughter driving it. So we could see that car was running because he knew that we loved that car.
Yeah.
And so I got to see it drive off into the sunset
And
with his daughter.
She pretty much has a brand new car.
So now she has a brand new car and she can enjoy that for many, many years. So at least the car that I love, now somebody else is going to get to love it. It's not going to end up in a junkyard.
Yeah.
So how beautiful is that?
Yeah,
so I mean,
that's
could you
awesome.
really ask for a better outcome.
No,
I mean, the best outcome would be that it didn't die, but considering what
how does it
happened,
get better than
it was a
this?
wonderful outcome, and I ended up with a car, which is just as great and will run for many, 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 many years
Right.
and doesn't have the engine problems the other one did.
Yeah,
So, hey, I thought it turned out wonderful,
Yeah,
honestly.
that
And we did
is
get a little bit of
awesome.
money in the car to buy the new one.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
it worked
that's
out
good.
great.
Yeah, yeah, things always happen for a reason and they always work out in the end.
Yeah, everything is working out for you. And if you can get in the vibration
Mm-hmm.
of everything is working out for me,
Yeah,
everything is working out for you. And that's what
Right.
prosperity conscious is. And I know that the universe has my back,
yeah,
and I have
Yeah.
my back
yeah. So good.
through my vibration.
Right.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. I love this topic.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. It's so good and it's so fun. It really, you can make it a game with the things that we're gonna talk about today. So it's just awesome.
And these things are going to go really good with the game that we talked about before
Yeah,
of doing the checks from the universe.
right. Yeah,
I mean, adding crystals and oils to that game and doing that kind of stuff every day. Oh, game changer.
game on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let's make it fun. You know,
Right.
life is supposed to be fun and we're all about it.
it is. And if you make it fun, it is fun.
Exactly.
All the time.
I make my life fun every day.
Right. Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah, you don't wanna struggle every
It
day.
shouldn't be
right?
boring.
No,
It shouldn't be unhappy or
Mhm.
miserable. You know, sometimes you have to make your own fun. And that's
Right.
what I do
yeah,
every day.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We do it together. I mean, you see us every week.
yeah, yeah. We always laugh a little bit.
We're having a wonderful time. We love doing our podcast.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yes.
highlight of my
So
week.
good, right.
Okay, so I wanted to do a little bit more on this of how do I find abundance in my life? That's a great question, right? A lot of people ask that question. How do I create it? How do I find it? I'm on page 18 if you do have the book. I hope some of you do that are watching this. And if you don't, you should pick it up because it's great. I think we both got ours at Barnes and Noble.
I think so.
And
Yep,
if I know
pretty
you
sure.
can find it on Amazon.
I know I did. Yeah.
Crystal Prosperity. Okay. So here's a big piece of it. And we've been talking about this for over a year. So listen up. Looking within your own self is the secret of finding true abundance, cashing in on your own resources. You have all the riches and resources you need within yourself to create an abundant world. You just need to believe it. And to tap into your inner world, you need the power of intention and sufficient impetus to take those first small steps.
So good. Maybe we should talk about these steps. They would be good.
I agree, because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
But one of the big pieces in here is paying attention to your own guidance, which we talk about every week.
Yeah.
And the power of intention, intending that I'm creating prosperity in my life. I'm creating fun in my life. I'm creating abundance in all of its forms in my life, and setting that as your intention and deciding to have that in your life.
Yeah.
Is like step one. You know, well, step one, as Abraham would say, is to ask. But for me, step 1.5 is deciding to have it, making that decision, making that firm decision, and then taking all of your steps from there, following your guidance.
Yeah. Deciding is something really important that it'll help move things along so much faster. If you're just kind of thinking about too many different things at once and you're not focused on what you really want, you're gonna be fluttering from one thing to another all the time. And I do that a lot because I have a monkey mind and squirrels get to me.
Your brain does that though.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, you have such a creative mind that it's always thinking of new ideas.
Right.
And that's not a bad thing.
No.
The only thing is focusing in on what you want and then following your guidance to it. So even though you're jumping from thing to thing to thing,
Right.
you still have, I've decided that this is what I'm going to have. Maybe jumping from thing to thing is part of that.
Yeah. And one thing I've learned with that scattered mind is if I write the ideas that keep coming to me all the time, if I write them down, then I don't have to think about them anymore.
Mhm.
They're here. If I ever want one, it's right in my notebook.
Yeah.
You know, so that has helped me a lot. And when I just keep my big picture in my mind, I get a lot more done.
Right.
Actually accomplished, yeah.
And you might jump from thing to thing to thing.
And I do,
But you
yeah,
have that
but I
goal in
know where
mind
I'm
still.
going with it, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. So the part that she mentioned that we should talk about is on page 19, if you have it, the steps to abundance.
Hmm.
I love it. That's very good.
Yeah,
So the first one, it says changing your mental program. What your mind conceives, it achieves.
and we talk about that almost every week.
We do.
You know,
We do.
it's one of the most important things is to figure out that mind and you know, make your decisions.
And a big part of it too is also getting your mind on board with what you want to achieve.
Yeah, and becoming that, like we talked about at the beginning, become that person that you want to be, that person that is doing whatever you want to do, you know, whatever that is, whether it's being a business owner or being a wonderful fourth grade teacher or whatever that thing is. Be that in your mind, see yourself doing that in your mind already, and then you're gonna be it a lot faster if you
Right.
don't have it yet.
Right. And getting your mind in line, aligned with what it is that you're wanting to achieve.
Yeah.
Like if you can see it, you can be it, you can do it, you can achieve it.
Mhm.
It really is that way.
Yeah.
Measuring your self-worth by who you are, not what you do or what you have.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too, and that says the same thing, really. Be who you are now.
Mhm.
Be it already, and you're gonna. It doesn't matter where you came from, what you think people think you are, or whatever. You're doing it now.
Yep. And you are worthy just by being.
Yeah.
And remember
Yeah.
that. You are just as worthy as everybody else.
Right.
Of all of the things that you want.
Yeah.
You are.
So good.
It's true.
Mhm.
Feel it. Say it, I am worthy, and it'll feel
Yeah.
good to you, and you get a little smile on your face, and maybe a little pang because you got that little voice on the inside that says something different, but you know that it's true.
Yeah. In this success mentoring lens, there is a be worthy. So
Love it. So something to kind of emphasize that when you're working with the oils.
Yeah.
I love that. I can't wait to talk about that. Following your bliss. Do what you love, and abundance follows.
Mhm.
You're becoming that vibration of abundance.
Yeah. And think about that for a minute. You know, when you are feeling good and you're happy, you're in a good mood, notice how things just flow to you easily. But if you're grumpy and negative about everything, you perpetuate that emotion, and that is what you're bringing towards you.
And everything feels like a chore.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't need to.
No, for sure.
And it's not fun when it is. Isn't it more fun when everything flows and you're enjoying it? And you're like, well, whatever I'm doing, I'm just going to enjoy it today. What? That's a good way to approach a day. Like, I'm going to enjoy my day today.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Wake up and think, you know, what wonderful adventure can I have today?
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that tomorrow. Because I always, kind of set the intention I'm going to enjoy my day, but I love that. What kind of wonderful adventure. That's so playful. I love that, Tracy. Thank you for bringing that up. Obeying the fundamental law of attraction, like follows like. We talk about this every week.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be hard.
No.
I know sometimes we make it harder than it has to be, but it's so simple if we just remember that. And that needs to be one of our thoughts. You know, I'm just fulfilling my dreams. I'm just having a wonderful adventure. Whatever that is, just keep that in mind. You're the one creating your future. So do it intentionally.
What can I do today?
Right.
That would make me feel that way. Like I'm having a wonderful adventure. What little thing can I do for myself to feel that and be that today? Yeah. One of the things that I do, and I tell people this because it just makes my life so much more fun, is and you and I do this together sometimes, is just break into a little dance, whether it's like a little micro dance. Or,
I do it in the car all the time.
Exactly, dancing in the car, dancing at the house, or just like breaking into like a little mini dance. And what's fun is it's contagious.
Yeah.
And me and my husband have this thing where if one of us starts dancing, the other one starts dancing, and we're dancing together, and then we're laughing and we're having fun. You can do little things like that that make your life just a little bit more fun, a little bit more of an adventure, a little bit more of like you're that vibration of fun and joy and abundance right then. In that little thing that you just did that doesn't take any extra effort or anything, but you became what you wanted to be. A lot of people want more joy in their lives. Well, create that.
Yeah.
Be that. Do something that makes that your reality right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dance
a little.
Everybody likes to dance. You don't have to dance in front of people.
No.
Just dance on your own because it feels good.
Yeah.
And anything that brings you up like that is a good thing. I don't know how we ever decided that suffering is a good thing. It's not.
Right.
If it makes you feel miserable, why are you doing it?
Right. Yeah.
Do things that make you feel good, because when you feel good, better follows that. Like attracts like. Remember that.
Yeah.
Ooh, believing you can fulfill your dreams.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Believe in the reality of your dreams. If you can create it in your mind, you can create it in reality, or you can create the vibration of it in reality.
Yeah. And we talked about it was a few weeks back, but giving yourself a high five in the mirror, just believing that you are good, you're okay, you can do what you want to do. And if you have to be silly about it, be silly about it, because that is creating that momentum within you. And it's telling your mind and your unconscious mind that, hey, I can do this, and it just brings you out of that crabbiness or whatever, or non-believing.
Now that you said high five, I have this really big urge to give you a high five. Yes. We're accomplishing our podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
High fives are fun. If you don't like high fives, I don't know why. Fist bumps. Yeah. High fives. I love giving. Give us a high five. Yeah. High five to you for being on this podcast.
Yeah. So good.
I love it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I was like, I have to give you a high five.
Right. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Noticing and appreciating all the small joys of everyday life. Just talked about that.
Yeah.
Recognizing that the universe wants you to succeed.
That's a huge one. So many people think that the world is against them, or, sometimes it's such a big vision that it's not reachable for them. But the universe does want you to succeed. God loves you no matter who you are or what you're doing. Creator, the universe, whatever you call that is your mission on earth, is to do what you want to do, what feels good to you. So recognize that you are a success just by being here.
Right. Absolutely. Just by choosing to come here and create more. And that's really what we're here, is to move forward, create more, create new, become more than we were when we started.
Right.
And to learn and become and do all of the things, right? And so the thing is, you wouldn't have a thought and a desire if it weren't achievable.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that would just be cruelty in its ultimate. Right. You can have what you want, but you have to become a vibrational match to it. And that's people, a lot of places where people get stuck is because they're like, I don't have it now. And they feel the lack and the presence of what is, rather than looking forward and going, okay, my present reality doesn't matter as much as what it is I'm moving toward. I'm going to be that, become that, feel it right now. That's what puts you in that motion forward again. A lot of people get stuck in the viewing of what currently is in their life rather than what it is they're moving toward. Well, if you get too stuck in what is right now, that's old news. That's what you created before. That's not what you wanted to create forward. So if you're only focused on right now, the present of what you have and what you don't have right now, that doesn't help you to move forward into what you are dreaming of and becoming.
Right. Yeah.
So you need to have, of course, you need to notice what's going on right now, but that doesn't have to be the end all and be all. And for a lot of people, they're letting it be the end all and be all, and that's where they get stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What's next? Focus on exactly what you want to attract right now. So, be that thing right now. Be that person that you want to be right now. And you're going to draw everything else that goes along with that. Pretty soon you're going to look back and think, wow, I'm already here. I'm already doing what I wanted to do.
Be that joy, be that uplifter, be that feeling of freedom. Be those things, see it, be it, experience it. Know that you are already there just by experiencing it.
You're already worthy of everything you could ever want. So don't hold yourself back from doing it.
Right? Allow yourself to move forward and notice the evidence and the tiny little pieces that start to come to you, because not everything happens at once. And so you have to recognize the gold that's coming to you as you go, the fun little surprises. You're thinking of abundance, all of a sudden you start finding dimes and quarters everywhere. You're like, oh, that's fun, because I hadn't noticed those before. Now I'm seeing those. You notice all of a sudden beautiful rocks are coming to you. You're like, oh, I don't even know where this came from, but now I have it. Little things like that start to come to you. Start seeing money. You start seeing other people making tons of money. You're like, oh, how I know I can see that it's happening for other people too. And I can see it around me. I'm observing it. I know that it's on its way to me too. And that's so exciting.
It really is. Giving yourself time, kindness, and compassion. We've kind of talked about that already, just knowing that you are worthy of what you want, and be okay. And if you have a bad day, it's okay, but don't sit there, get over it, cry, scream, whatever you got to do, and then move forward. We don't want to stay in that place, just give yourself a little time to cry it out, or scream it out, scream into a pillow, or whatever you got to do. But get past that. Don't stay in those lower vibration places. Move ahead.
And you don't have to hold on to it, to hold on to the lesson. You've already learned the lessons from that, and then move on. You don't have to hold on to it in order for you to remember, I can't forget that I can't do this anymore, or I can't do that, or whatever, this happened, and I don't want that to happen again. Well, no, but you can say, okay, I've learned the lesson. I'm going to let go of the energy of it, and today's a new day. Every day is a new day, and it's a fresh start. Every moment can be a fresh start. Just depends on how far deep you went that day,
Right. And if you keep having the same things happen over and over, then that means there's something you're not letting go of there.
There's a pattern there.
So you need to revisit and figure out what that is and move on. Drop it.
What is it that's holding me back?
It doesn't have to be hard to let go of.
Right. Is it a way of thinking? Could I use freedom release method to release my resistance to what it is that I want? That's such a simple technique that you can use anytime, anywhere. You notice those patterns of thought. Oh, I hear that resistant thought coming up in my mind. It's time for me to let that go. I did that yesterday.
I
didn't want to get on my computer because I'm on the computer so much for work. And so then getting on the computer to do the fun things even felt like work. And I was like, well, I don't want that to continue because I love creating on my computer. So I did freedom release method, and I let go of that. I let go of resistance to working on my computer. I let go of all of the negative energy around working on a computer, because I know that my dreams are on that computer. And so I let that go, and then I was like, okay, I feel better. And then I worked on my computer for the next 4 hours, and it didn't feel like work. So it was great,
That's awesome.
So you can do this at any time, and we practice what we preach. And that's the thing is we do these things, and they make a huge difference in our lives. That's why we share them with you.
Yeah, yeah, if we weren't having results in our own lives, we wouldn't,
Why would I
we
share it?
wouldn't share it.
Why would I share the non-results
Right.
stuff? I don't share that stuff. That, you know,
Yeah.
this didn't work. Well, I might tell you it didn't work, but I'm for sure gonna tell you what
But
does.
here's what works for me. Yeah, yeah.
Funny.
What's the next one? Letting go of fear or self-pity. Same thing, we kind of talked about that already.
Mhm.
Just letting go of that crap and leave it behind you. It's in the
Right.
past for a reason.
Right, and that, oh, poor me. But if you're playing the victim, you're not playing the powerful creator that you are.
Right.
You're holding yourself back
Yeah.
from you yourself as a powerful creator. And what feels more empowering? Oh, poor me, or I'm the creator of my reality. Let's do
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Which one feels better? I can tell you which one feels better for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're having experiences where you feel like a victim all the time, there's a common denominator there.
Right. There's
and
a
that's
pattern
you,
there.
right? Yeah. So there's something that you need to change so you don't keep attracting that same thing over and over.
Right. And a lot of times it's that subconscious belief, that subconscious stuff that you picked up from usually childhood
Yeah.
that said, I'm not good enough, I'm not
Right.
enough.
Yeah.
And so beginning to let go of that through the many techniques we've shared with you that you can let go of those subconscious patterns with,
Yeah.
can really help you to move forward from that and to begin to live your life as the powerful being that you are. Because
So
we
good.
know that you are.
Yeah.
We want you to know that you are.
Yeah.
And to feel it and experience it and live that life that you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
feel excited talking about that.
Yeah, I do too. Sharing what you have and taking pleasure in giving. So when you have that abundance, when you have everything that you need or want, share it with others, share things, buy somebody coffee and, do those kind things or things that help. And when you do those things, more comes to you. Because it's telling your subconscious, oh, I have no lack. It's coming to me. I have a steady flow. So why not share it out? And that's something that you can do even with yourself. If you're feeling stuck or not prosperous, or like you're feeling that lack in, maybe you haven't had a steady flow of income for a while. Sometimes we get stuck there and we're scared to, oh, I can't afford to go out for coffee this week, or, oh, I'm going to have hamburger instead of a steak, whatever. If you make that step and say, I know abundance is coming to me, I'm going to buy a steak today, or I'm going to buy, I'm just going to treat myself to coffee today. Doing those kind of things. I mean, you're not going to go out and spend $1,000 when you only have $5, but that's gonna create that flow again. So you're gonna become unstuck a lot faster.
Right. Or even giving something like,
Yeah.
I can create with my hands and give.
Right.
And that feels really good. I have something I can make and give to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Or I can brew a good coffee and bring it to my friends at work where we can all have that coffee together.
Yeah.
There's like so many options and things that you can do.
Right. Yeah.
With that you can spend the money and start the flow, but you can also give in different ways and continue that flow of prosperity. So do it the way that feels good to you,
Yeah, you can go through your closet and take what you don't want anymore and donate it to somebody.
Yeah.
Or donate it to, a secondhand store or whatever.
Because I know that I have everything that I need.
Right.
I'm going to give to others because I know that they'll enjoy these things that I have too.
All those things that you do in creating that flow are going to work and are going to help the things flowing to you too. It's not just flowing out, it's going to start reciprocating that.
Right. Flowing in and out, in and out. That's what prosperity is. And the flow of our lives is that flow.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, let's talk about some of the stones.
That sounds awesome. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We have so many good stones.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go through 1,000 stones, honestly.
Right.
But it's good to talk about some of the ones that are our favorites.
Yeah. And one of the things that I first learned was green. Green's the color of money, kind of. in America anyway.
Yeah, in
But,
America.
you know, so really any green stones are good. And green is all about March
Yeah,
and St. Patty's Day and all that is all about green. So, green stones are always good to bring in abundance.
we have a whole pile here.
Yeah.
You know, one of the ones that's talked about a lot and is a favorite of mine, I use this in my abundance pouches as well as jade.
Yeah,
I love jade.
yeah, I have a little jade here
Okay.
too. And they might be kind of hard to see, but maybe we can pull
That's
them closer. Another one is green aventurine, and kind of they sometimes can look kind of like jade, but aventurine has little sparkles in it, is how you can tell the difference.
and it comes in beautiful colors from like
Yeah,
more green
can
to
be
like
really
blue green and
dark
almost
to-
clear.
Yeah, that's a good one. Green calcite is another good
Oh,
one.
I love calcite.
I do
It's got like a
too.
fun waxy feeling, so it makes a
Yeah.
really good palm stone.
Yeah, it's a good worry stone or abundance manifesting stone. Malachite is another one. This is a small one, but that's a really good one for manifesting and for actual bringing in money. I read, I think it was maybe it was in the class I took by Judy Hall. She talked about malachite and it's a really powerful stone, but you shouldn't wear it every day. It's one to, use it in your manifesting, and your left side is receiving.
Yeah.
So if you have jewelry, you can wear it on your left. I have a malachite bracelet. I wear it on my left hand for bringing in. So, that's a really good one.
Love malachite.
I love malachite. Yeah.
Great stone.
What else?
Peridot was another one we talked about.
Peridot, yeah.
Right.
I have peridot in my bracelet.
Right, because I think the one I have is actually green calcite.
I think that's.
Or is it a peridot? I can't tell.
No, I think it is preonite.
Is it preonite? Which is
think
another
so.
one that's on our list. I was like, I can't remember what this one is. It's
I
green.
think it looks like anyway. Yeah, that can have a green. Peridot is really bright green. And you don't very often find big pieces of it.
Yeah, and peridot is
It's
like
little
a
stone.
birthstone too.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one. I love peridot.
Oh, speaking of preonite, so this is I can't hold it up with that hand today, but this is preonite. It's like a beautiful light green
kind
color.
of a lime green. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. It's good. I don't know if we need to go through that or just go.
Probably not. We'll just talk about the different ones that we brought. I was
Okay.
just kind of seeing.
Citrine is another one.
Oh, yeah, I love citrine.
Yeah. And citrine is from the quartz family. It's a good abundance stone. It's also good for if you're an empath. It helps keep your own energy to yourself and keep other people's energy to themselves.
Citrine is also great for creating and manifesting. It's good for intensifying your own will, because it's like a second and third chakra stone, which has to do with your will. But also when you're talking about energy, so if you keep citrine as a pocket stone, it helps to protect you from electromagnetic energy.
Yeah.
Or positive ions, which are emitted from Wi-Fi, your phone, everything. It helps to strengthen your auric system so that you're not affected so much by all the electronic fog that's always coming at you, including your phone that's in your pocket. So citrine's a great stone for that.
Yeah. I keep this one, even though it's kind of big, I keep it in my purse all the time. Then I wonder why my purse is so heavy. Well, it's full of rocks.
Yeah, people ask us,
Yeah.
What do you got, rocks in here? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Always have rocks. Yeah. But I love citrine. It's so.
It is one of
so
my
good.
absolute favorites.
Yeah.
And citrine and jade are a wonderful combination. Always.
Yeah. Next, how about pyrite?
Oh yes, we love our pyrite.
Pyrite is a good one, and it's called fool's gold. If you don't know, sometimes it grows in little cubes like this. and they're usually perfectly cube shaped, square. And sometimes they're just in clusters like this.
The clusters you find more commonly than
Yeah,
cubes, but
yeah.
I love the cubes. They're so
These,
nice and heavy, they got a good weight to them.
right, these grow, I don't know. I think there's a certain place that they grow this way. I don't know. And these clusters are kind of cubey shapes too. But anyway, because it's fool's gold, it brings abundance because it feels like gold. So you can pretend it's gold, you know.
And it's sparkly and it's
yeah,
fun.
it's sparkly
and it does feel good as a stone too.
yeah, and metallic. It's just a fun stone, and kids love pyrite.
Kids love pyrite.
Yeah.
And it's nice and heavy too.
Yeah,
So it had that feeling of weight feels really good in your
right.
hand too.
Yeah, it feels like abundance, feels
Mhm.
like wealth. So
Yes.
yeah, that's a really good one. We keep one here
We
in
do.
our little Buddha's hand over there.
Yeah, we have
our
our
abundance
jade,
Buddha.
our citrine,
Yeah.
and our pyrite
Yeah,
together.
yeah, so good.
My favorite mix for
Yeah,
creating abundance.
yeah. Another one is, this is a quartz, and this is called an abundance quartz. Quartz, you know, can amplify anything else. So any quartz with another stone, like if you put it with a jade or with a malachite, is going to create more of the other stone.
Mhm.
But when you have a quartz that has a cluster around the base of it, that's called an abundance quartz. You know, there's different quartzes for anything,
Mhm.
but and quartz is such a good all-around stone. You can program a quartz to do anything. So
Yes,
quartz is my jam.
I love
I
quartz.
love quartz.
And I have my little point that we
Yeah,
were
yours is so
doing
pretty.
earlier. It's very clear, very sparkly.
Yeah, I have one that's kind of, I don't know. I have quartz everywhere in my house.
Yeah, I don't know
love
if,
it.
I don't know if a person can have enough quartz.
No, I don't
Probably not.
either. I don't either. And we always have this one on our table at the office. So yeah, quartz is a good one. What else?
Carnelian is another
Oh
one
yeah,
that people don't
carnelian.
talk about a lot
Right.
for abundance. Carnelian usually is a shade of orange to orange red.
Mm-hmm. And
One of my favorite stones.
Yeah, it's
love it.
kind of a gratitude stone too.
Mhm.
Good for so many things. Yeah,
It
and
is.
good for your sacral chakra.
Mhm.
And that's part of your manifesting and abundance too. So
And self-worth.
yeah, self-worth is good. So mostly when we talk about stones, think about, you know, if you're drawn to a certain stone, that's your stone. Carry that. It doesn't matter what the rules are or what
Right.
the book says. If that's what you want it to do, it'll help you do that.
Right.
So
So set your intention
yeah,
when you're looking for which stone to carry that day or one to buy or
Mhm.
whatever. What's your intention with it? If your intention is to increase your prosperity, well, then that's helping you to work on that area that might be kind of like a stuck area for you
yeah,
to move into that prosperity self.
right.
So consider that.
Yeah, so good. Amylite too. That's what this big one is. This is a conglomerate, but amylite are fossils of old shells, so they're sparkly and pretty. And I didn't realize that that was one, but she writes in the book that amylite is promoted as the feng shui prosperity stone. So it is a comparatively recent entrant into the crystal market. It has rapidly gained popularity both for its beauty and its powers of attraction and personal empowerment. So that personal empowerment is so important in creating abundance, right?
Absolutely. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
For the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's the most of our talk. So and that's all the ones that I have highlighted in the book anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many that you could use. And like we said, choose the one that feels best for you or right for you in that moment
Yeah,
with that intention, you know. But these are just a good guide for you to start
yeah,
working with some crystals.
yeah. And you know, our root chakra is where we have our foundation and our, really that's where we learn, when we have a good foundation, everything, it comes to us easier.
Right.
So any red stones or earthy stones, those would be good too for
Jasper,
abundance. Yeah,
hematite.
jaspers, yeah.
Shiva lingam, we have a small Shiva lingam,
Yeah.
is really wonderful for your first chakra as well.
Yeah.
Here's a smaller example. I have a larger one at home as well.
I do too, but I didn't bring it. Made my backpack too heavy.
Yeah.
It was already too heavy.
Your grounding stones, like
Yeah.
black tourmaline or obsidian are wonderful as well, but
Yeah.
red is really great color, especially as you're creating.
Yeah, and the color red is really good for abundance and prosperity because it's a leadership color. If you pay attention to golf at all, and Tiger Woods, when he was playing all the time, he always wore red on the last day of a tournament because that's the power color, and that's the leadership color. So if you have any red rocks that you love, ruby or strawberry quartz or red jasper, any of those would be good too for abundance. So if a stone feels good, use it.
Exactly.
That's why we're always covered in stones.
Yeah, you really can't do it wrong when it
No.
comes to stones.
No.
Your intention is the most important piece.
It
But
is.
some stones just have a
Have those
knack
qualities,
or
yeah.
a talent for something that you're looking
Right.
for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's good to know those
It's
things.
good. Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna just go through a little list of oils now that are good.
Love oils.
And first I'll just name off some singles. I don't have samples with me of those, but you can get them anywhere. Allspice is one. And there is an affirmation that she says to use with this one, and it's, I'm grateful for the abundance and prosperity in my life. I enjoy my loyal and supportive friends and family. Everything I need or want is always available for me. I am a blessing to others as well as myself. Love, wealth, and plenitude come naturally to me. I have many blessings. So I thought that was a really good affirmation to kind of sum up all of the abundance that we've talked about today. So if you can copy that down, rewind the video and copy that down if you want. Maybe I'll throw it in the comments after
that's
we
a good idea.
Put the video up, because that's a really good affirmation you can use.
It's a lot of words, so it'd be good to type it out so people can have it.
I'll do that. Awesome. Remind me.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Remember who you're asking, Tracy.
Right. Yeah. So allspice is good. Basil is good.
And basil isn't an oil a lot of people think about.
No, it's not. I mean, it's something you use in cooking, but you don't think of that as an essential oil a lot, but it's a good one. Here, I'll read this little piece in here. It's a spiritual use for basil oil. And you could use just basil plant too. Basil can be used to help you remember spiritual abundance and awaken your connection with positive guides and angels, including Archangel Michael and Sabriel. Use basil as an ingredient in a protection blend to ward off jealousy. It can be used as part of a synergistic blend to help facilitate past life memories or the purpose of awakening your consciousness in this lifetime. So, there's a lot of things you can mix together with other things too. I love the smell of fresh basil.
Oh, I do too.
So good.
I know. I love growing basil because it grows so abundantly. It's really easy to propagate.
Right.
And it smells amazing. And then there's nothing like fresh basil like in a pasta sauce.
Right.
There's just no comparison between a fresh and dried, honestly.
Or just eat a leaf off the plant.
I mean, I may or may not have done that quite a few times.
I do that all the time. It's so good. Another one is cinnamon, the spice of life. So abundance and prosperity are constantly flowing in my life. I am courageous. That's a good one. And in most of the abundance blends, I'll talk about this one in a little bit. You'll find cinnamon oil in there. Another one is mandarin. That's a good one too. I have an abundance of spiritual helpers assisting me in all areas of my life.
So mandarin is such a bright smell. It really wakes you up.
It's kind of a happy smell. Yeah. And orange oil too. That's another one.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't love sweet orange?
Yeah, right. Ylang-ylang is another one that I don't really care for the smell of that one, but it's in a lot of blends that I like.
Yeah, it's a little floral
strong. It always stands out, I think, and I'm not crazy about it, but it is a good one. And one of the things is an affirmation with it is all I need is always within reach. So, and I am grateful for everything I have. So that's a good, well-rounded oil. And in a lot of perfumes, there is ylang-ylang. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Ylang-ylang and like jasmine always go together a lot of times in perfumes.
Yeah, jasmine too. I'm not crazy about jasmine.
I like jasmine if it's real jasmine oil and not like
some
fragrance.
of them are. Some of them aren't really real.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's another list of some stones.
Oh yeah, garnet. That was the one I was trying to think of for red.
Yeah.
Love garnet.
That's a good one. I think the other one, red tiger's eye, would be good.
Yeah.
That's all. Here's another affirmation that is good. I am blessed with abundance. I am fortunate and I appreciate my prosperity. I'm grateful for all my creative and business skills. I earn unlimited income doing what I love. That's been one of my
that's a great one too.
Yeah, or I'm making tons of money doing everything I love, or doing all the things I love. I
love that. Well, and a good thing that you'll notice in most of these affirmations is they talk about being grateful and appreciation of what you already know is on its way to you, right? Like ahead of the game, you know?
Yeah, it's good. Here are some that are just specifically for law of attraction: cinnamon, clove, jasmine, juniper berry, mandarin, orange, petitgrain, ravensara, rose, and ylang-ylang. So we talked about a lot of those.
Yeah.
Money in abundance, allspice, basil, black pepper. I hadn't heard that one before. I have heard that one to quit smoking.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It doesn't smell good. So they say put it on your hand, and then when you take a drag of your cigarette, you're gonna associate that icky smell with smoking. So then you can quit smoking easier. Apparently, I'm not a smoker, so I don't know.
I'm not either, so I wouldn't have any way to say, but I could see how, that kind of thing
works. It associates that,
yeah. Behavior modification, basically, with using oils. Smart.
Yeah. Cinnamon, clove, mandarin, orange, patchouli, petitgrain, rosemary, rosewood, spruce, and ylang-ylang.
I love most of those.
Yeah.
Rosemary is one of my favorite oils.
Rosemary. I love rosemary plant, rosemary herb. It's so good. I have one that I try to keep growing all year. It's dead now, but I still have it in my dining room, but I try to keep it going as long as I can in the winter.
My rosemary plant did pass away.
Yeah.
With the winter.
Yeah.
But here's hope for a new one this year.
Right. Yeah. They kind of are like a little bush. It's fun.
It just gets too cold up here to grow them year round, and you could try to grow them inside. It's just, they require so much light, and rosemary is a tough plant to grow yourself. I grow one every year in a pot, so I can bring it in and keep it as long as I can. But right, that's what I did last year. But I got aphids on some of my plants last year, and I brought them inside, and then I had to bring them back outside. It was really sad. Luckily, they did not get my aloe plant, which is huge, because I have it's probably about 5 foot around now, and it's finally, for the first time ever, it's growing little baby plants. I'm so excited. It's probably 5-6 years old now. I love my aloe plant. It's awesome.
If you ever need more, I have babies all over the
Well,
place.
and then I have a small one that's just like the skin type plant. So my huge one is the one that
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
edible.
Yeah.
And then I have the small plant, which is just like what you use for like skincare and cuts and things like that. And that has like 15 babies in one pot. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah. And if you get it too big, they just spit the babies out. You'll find them laying on the floor. That's what mine does.
They're like, done,
They're,
out of the nest.
yeah, they're cool. And you can't kill them. That's what's good.
I
about
love
them.
aloe plants. They
Yeah.
really are wonderful. Very
Yeah.
resilient.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So, a couple of the other oils, these are blends. And if you have an oil company that you love, some of them have specific blends for the chakras. The ones I do have a foot chakra and a root chakra one. So those would be good for abundance or manifesting. Mine also have a conglomerate. It's a grouping of, they're all blends, and they're called Seasons of Success. No, they're called Success Mandarin blends. So they are the B ones that the names all have B in them. So they are teaching you to be what you want to be. So be worthy, be wise, be bold, be prepared, be determined, be intuitive, be free, and be capable. So what I like to do with these, I have a little bag that I keep them in, but I'll muscle test every day and ask, do I need this one today? Yes or no? And if you know how to do muscle testing, I think we did a video on this before.
We did do a video on muscle
Yeah,
testing.
so you'll go forward for yes, backwards for a no. So I'll ask each one, hold each one and say, do I need this today? Do I need this today? And usually it's 2 or 3 a day. And I'll just put them on the bottom of my feet. And it's amazing if you use them consistently, how much help they really give you. It's so cool to experiment. I like to always experiment and prove it right to me.
Yeah, I love oils.
Yeah, and I'm such a, I have to use it and see if it works for me before I recommend it to someone else. And these are just awesome to use. And another one, my favorite is prosperity.
That's my favorite too. I
Yeah.
love it.
And this is the March oil of the month. So I have been putting it in my diffuser at home. And I did it like I think I did it 4 days in a row now. I didn't do it today, but I did it 4 days and yesterday. And then today I was on the phone almost all morning with clients calling. I need a session. I need a session. I'm coming to your class. It was just like, wow. And I didn't put it together, but then when we sat down to start the podcast, I thought, oh, I've been using the prosperity oil. And we used to, in our group with oils, used to do a prosperity challenge once in a while. And there was a little protocol that you do with, I think it was 4 different oils. And it was so fun to hear the stories that it's amazing when you actually use the tools that you learn to do the things that you want to do in your life. You're unstoppable.
Absolutely. And this oil is one of my absolute favorites. I have it constantly in a diffuser.
Yeah.
In one of my rooms because I have like a clay diffuser, so I just put little drops every time the smell goes away.
Yeah.
And I used to wear this perfume.
Yeah.
I
wear it a lot of days.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so,
if
you're looking for one that is totally awesome, smells amazing, prosperity is it for me.
Yeah.
I love
and
it.
You can smell a hint of orange in there, and there's a little bit of patchouli, orange, cinnamon, ginger, spruce, and nutmeg. So
and what I love about it is it's not overwhelming, and it's mixed in such a way that you're just like,
It's kind
Feels
of a
good.
soothing,
It's warming.
soothing oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I have a little statue in my office, and it has a little bowl in his hand. It's like a monk or something. And so I have salt crystals in there, and I always put a few drops of this in there, and it
Yeah.
just,
Making smelling salts. We've never done that with the
Yeah.
prosperity oil. That would be great because smelling salts are wonderful. We did do, Tracy did a particular class where we all got together and we did smelling salts. And mine, which this was years ago, still
Yeah.
smell
does it?
like the oil that we use. And that's what I love about the oils that I get from you is that they last.
Yeah.
Their vibration is high, the
Mhm.
smell lasts, they all are so useful and they're, great for working on the body.
Yeah.
And that's one thing for me is like, if I'm gonna put something on my body, I want it to be of a high quality. I want it to be something that helps, and doesn't cause any issues that way. And so I have always loved these oils.
Yeah. And if you use essential oils, you want to make sure they are good oils. They're not adulterated. They're not chemical.
Yes.
They are pure oils. So,
And some of these you need to dilute things, but when you get them, I mean, you can find instructions on the
right.
website and
There's
stuff on how to use
always,
them.
on the ones I have, there's always a sheet you can download.
Yeah, but most of these you can use directly on the
Mhm.
feet. Putting it on the feet is
especially
one of my
blends
methods too that I like to use.
Yeah, and on your feet aren't as sensitive as other parts of your body, so they always work good. So there is our exciting information for today.
Yes, and so keep in mind kind of what we talked about today. Just like we talk about every week. Pay attention to your inner guidance.
Yeah.
Set your intentions clearly. Make a decision for what you want for your life, even if it's a general decision, and move forward with your guidance towards it. And, if you want to amplify those intentions, crystals, oils, use them in combination, use them apart, whatever feels best to you. But for us, I know the combination is just such a wonderful feel good combination that
really
why
is.
not use both?
Yeah. They're part of my life every day, all of them.
Yeah, and it uses all of your senses because, there are benefits to aromatherapy. We all know that, right?
Right.
There's books written about it. Like she's got one of them. I have those books.
Yeah.
Aromatherapy. So you're using all of your senses. So you have your touch, you have your sight, you have your smell senses and your taste with that.
And then paying
is good.
attention to your emotions and your moods and how your body feels when you're around these things, these tools that we have to help us in everyday life. So if it feels good, do it. Do more of it.
Exactly. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so good. Well, Carissa, where can we find you?
Well, if you want to look me up elsewhere, I am on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing, and we are collectively on Facebook at Our SoulSpace. You can find us here on YouTube at SoulSpace Podcast. Still working on my gorgeous, beautiful website, which will be coming to you soon. But yeah, those are the places you can find me right now. What about you, Tracy?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram mostly. And I have a website, inspiredsignals.com. All my links are on my website. I am restructuring my website, so it's going to be changing here and there.
It's going to be even more amazing than it already is.
I'm trying to make it fit me better. But yeah, that's where you can find all my favorite things on my website.
Can people find the links to your oils on there as well?
It is on my website, on my favorite things page. There's links to a lot of different things on there.
Okay, great. Because I think, after this, people will probably be interested in the oils that we use and the oils that you sell as well. Because they're the best. In my opinion, that's my personal opinion.
Right.
I love them the most out of all of the oils that I've used.
Yeah, and I searched for a company for many years, and this one, they're high vibrational oils, so
Mhm.
they are formulated with the Fibonacci code actually, and they are very high vibration and
They are. We've tested it.
yep, yep. And they have been the ones that resonated with me the most that I've found. So yeah, I can put my link in the comments on the video too.
Yeah, so why don't we do
Okay.
the affirmations and your
Yeah,
link
affirmation
to
and
the oils as well, in case people are interested and want to know more. They
Yeah,
can find it really easily.
yeah.
Great. Love it.
And Carissa, you have an abundance
Pack.
pack of rocks, right?
I
Stones,
do.
crystals.
I do have abundance pouches that come with stones that are prepackaged for you with the abundance affirmation in it. And it's all kind of set for you, and the intention is set for you, and they're all cleared energetically for you and ready for you to use as well.
Do you have that on your website?
I will after today.
Oh,
Yeah. It's something that I do have them
on your Square site?
I do have, yeah, so I do have them as an option on my Square site. I just haven't made it active.
Oh,
Because I've been using them with
Sorry.
my VIP members.
oh
So
yeah,
my
that's
VIP
right.
members that have bought for my crystals
class.
course
Yeah,
that I have online, which is also available on my website.
awesome.
The part of the VIP package is getting that abundance pouch, but I think it'd be a good idea for me to make that live for people to purchase as well, because it's such a
That's a
wonderful
good
tool to
idea.
use.
Yeah,
And I use mine all the time. I usually
Right.
carry mine in my pocket or my purse.
yeah.
So
And if you're local or in our state area, Chris is gonna be at a few expos coming up in April.
I have 3 expos in April that I'm going to be at, and I'm so excited.
Yeah,
So I am doing my very first speaking engagement on the 5th of April, and that's going to be in Bismarck, North Dakota.
awesome.
So come see me there. It's going to be a mini workshop, and it's called Breakthrough to Your Best Life.
Awesome.
And it's all about moving that needle forward on whatever it is that you're creating for your life. It's going to be amazing. So
Awesome.
join me for that. And what's fun is that's going to be at the Soul of Spirit Expo on the 5th. And anyone who gets into the expo, buys a bracelet to get into the expo, it's only like, I think $5 to get in, gets to hear me do that talk for free.
Awesome.
So
That's cool.
You're going to want to be there. It's going to be amazing. And then the next weekend, what's the date on that one? That's going to be, so the 5th, and then it'll be, what's 7 days? The 5th.
My phone.
Can Carissa add? Not right now. We've been podcasting for a while now. But that next Saturday, I am actually going to be the gallery speaker in Minot, North Dakota. So I'll be doing the 12th. Thank you, Tracy. Adding is a problem right now. So on the 12th, Saturday the 12th, I will also be at Soul Spirit Expos in Minot, and I'll be the gallery speaker there. So that means I will be doing my spiritual mediumship for people to connect them with loved ones who passed on to the other side. And I do more of like an evidential messages for people so that they know that their loved ones are always with them.
Cool.
And then on the 26th, I think it is, whatever that Saturday is,
26.
I will be in Fargo, also at that expo. And I will not be speaking at that one, but we're going to have a ton of fun. I'll have my booth, and I'm going to have information on a brand new workshop that I'm going to be doing in May.
Cool.
So,
and you're
join me
doing
there.
Readings there?
I'm going to be doing readings. So I do angel and spirit guide readings at the expos themselves. I also have quite a few things to sell. That, a lot of like crystal jewelry. I'll have my abundance pouches there.
Awesome.
You have the opportunity to join my class on crystals, as well as purchase tickets to my new workshop, which is going to be a 2-day intensive. You're going to want to be there. It's going to be amazing. More info to come. But I just kind of wanted to share that. And Tracy, we have something really fun tomorrow here that you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
At SoulSpace, we are doing artistic alchemy class. We're gonna do some Zen doodling. It's really fun. it is relaxing. It really gets you in a zone. And it's so much fun. You know, art, it has been one of my, something dear to me, really helps with mental wellness. It's my creative outlet, all kinds of art, but this class is designed to really help you reduce stress and create that good feeling. So, yeah.
So how perfect when we're
this-
talking about creating that good feeling, that feeling of
Mhm.
joy and abundance and
Yeah.
prosperity.
Yeah.
What better place to be than SoulSpace tomorrow? We're gonna do
Right.
the Zen drawing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I need to know if you're coming by tonight, so I have enough.
I'll be there. Join me.
So I have all the tools that we need for everybody, so I have enough stuff here for everyone, but, and then there's gonna be another one in April 1st, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so that one is gonna be about manifesting we're gonna do, and so that's kind of an abundant one.
Yes.
It's gonna be creating a vision board in a different way than you've done before, so.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not cutting out pictures and pasting, we're doing Miro art, so, yeah,
Ooh,
it's really good.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. So many exciting things we
Yeah.
have coming up.
So, join us if you're local. If you're not, always be on our podcast. Like and subscribe.
We always have good
We're
things coming
here
down the
every
pike
week.
here.
Yeah, yeah. It's always fun. You'll laugh at least at our dorkiness.
Yeah, we all get to have fun together. You can
Yeah,
laugh
we do.
at us, laugh with us, have a wonderful
Whatever the
time
case
creating the
may
life you
be.
want.
Yeah, yeah. So, that's it, I think, for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.